Hey guys, it's Breezy. Welcome to Spectrum Podcast. This week is just me. I'm introing you back into the second part of last week's interview with JD DENT, Jason Dent, my friend, comedian, homie, and he will be not so rapidly responding to my rapid fire questions. Because that's how he do. So without further ado, here's the rest of the interview with JD part 2. Let's see.
Okay, so what questions?
What is
I feel like I'm terrible with
what's your guilty pleasure?
Making other people laugh.
I love that. That's right up there with me too.
And then all my addictions, all of my vices,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. But we'll just go with the one-liner.
That first one.
Yeah.
This is great.
The altruism of making other people feel better.
How about this? What is not real but you wish was?
I thought my number, it has to just be magic. Like the word mage is in my made up character land world, you know, and do you believe in magic? Yeah,
yes.
But who knows what it actually means? But there's a small part of me that's
maybe it does exist on some level.
Yeah, but
but more prominent, more obvious,
more
easy to access.
Yeah, or I have to teach other people how to use some of the magic that I've trained myself in. And now, let's say you were playing a video game where you do things a little bit different than everybody else, or things happen to you a little bit differently, or whatever it might be, or you happen to pick up this one item in this one video game, and then you find something interesting about it, and then you're like, hey guys, this one item's pretty cool, check out what I found. Or but you also have to realize
spread that magic to everybody.
So I spread that magic, or you spread that thing, or I found this new, with the internet now,
in ways you can kind of do that in ways.
People
there are these things called platforms, and people can use them.
Okay, when we were
in horrible
kids,
ways or in good ways.
Yeah, when we were kids, Nintendo went from so I remember when I was maybe 5 or 6 or something like that, and I got the original Game Boy, and it's black and white, and it had 4 fucking batteries, and there's no save file.
2 megapixels.
Exactly. Black and white, and of course my little hands. So I always hold it my hands are like this because
there's actual sound cards in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 2-bit, 16. It was 8-bit, 16-bit, not even 32.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, you could just you put your googleizers on, your Googleizer, whatever the fuck, and you're just fucking flailing around, and you're walking around on another universe, and they can teleport.
Yes. So much fun. That would be it in real life.
I don't know if that's my answer, but what was the question?
I asked what is not real but you wish was.
Blending my mom always yelled at me, but blending the lines of fantasy and reality. So I have this vision quest thing that I had a dream on Martin Luther King Day, which is weird because I don't normally dream. Or I don't remember my dreams. I just kind of black out, and then when I wake up, I'm just I just dream.
I exist again. Yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it feels like a faint memory, and then you're like, that never happened.
Yeah. Sometimes you get deja vu. Sometimes you lucid dream. Sometimes you're dreaming when you're dreaming. I got kicked out of Dream World a long time ago. I am exiled from Dreamland.
I get that.
They just don't want me to hang out anymore.
Yep.
But I think some of the reasons why is because, in a video game that I'm playing, or I played the fuck out of before the holidays at the end of last year. By the way, I've been clean and sober from video games since the holidays, since the mid-December. One reason why is because I started getting a little carpal tunnel-y, and
not worth it.
Not worth it. So it's time to take a break. Yeah. I'm not, if my passion is video games, and now I'm in my 30s, I gotta make sure I can play video games for a long time.
Yeah.
So I needed to take a break, and then but I'm super monogamous with my games.
There you go.
So right now I'm okay, let me go outside and be a person again, instead of just sitting here and play video games and hang out with my video game friends in my video game world, while and then I'll just spam anime into my brain before I sleep, and then I will move in between my chair and my bed, and then every once in a while I might walk all the way to the kitchen. Like for like 2 years, it's in this COVID, and then when I was working on my
wait. What's your go-to curse?
It depends. Like what type of curse?
Like exploitive delete, something you'd say out loud.
It's the curses that don't have voice commands I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't know, dude.
I think mine's probably like a good fuck.
Wait, hold on, can you explain? Because I'm thinking like Harry Potter curses.
Your go-to curse that you would use like out in conversation.
Curse I don't think any word, like I say the word like it's
oh my god. Okay, yeah.
I'm a comm major. Here's the thing,
for you, it's just part of the experience.
Yeah, it's part of the experience. Like, but I also got arrested in February.
Oh my god.
It had nothing to do with that. I was drunk.
I might not have called that cop N-word.
Yeah, an N-word. Now, here's the thing. I know that technically we might have to make sure, based off of where you put this or whatever the fuck. But like,
it's fine. I can always go beep.
We can always go back and beep for necessity points.
It's fine. It's fine.
But like, I don't think that the hardest words that I have problems with is the C word, commitment.
No one saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, and then
just commit, bro. What's up?
I can't. That's
commit
like 2
to
feet
yourself.
in.
Commit to a life of good shit for JD.
I need to. Like I deserve to be a better person.
Serious question.
Yeah, serious.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
So technically, it's like better than a sandwich.
Okay, I kind of accept this answer.
Oh, no, okay. So are you?
I just feel like no. I feel like I don't know what a hot dog is, but it is not a fucking sandwich.
Oh, it's because sandwiches are separated.
They need more. They don't have their own fucking bun.
Here's the thing. A hot dog becomes a sandwich the second the perforated part is perforated completely. Does that make sense?
Okay, because now it's not. Now it's like a normal hoagie instead of like a fucking sandwiching clapping bun. It becomes a hoagie
the second. But if it stays in
Sweden, they had this type of bun that's just slit at the top, and we were calling them vagina buns.
Little vagina pox?
Just vagina buns.
Dude,
I think like a hot dog and a vagina bun is certainly not a sandwich.
I don't think it's. You're correct. The word sandwich is not appropriate. What category does it fall under?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think I could just leave it at yes or no. I say no. You say no.
I say no. I'm
gonna
go with no.
Do aliens exist?
Hobbs, bro.
Yeah, obviously, I know.
Like what the like?
And then the other is, are they among us now?
Well, so
kind of here for a they live
thing. Have you ever been glory hole by an extra dimension?
Yeah, I've done DMT.
Yes. Ding ding ding. Correct answer. Me too. So I was
If you don't leave them dying, you don't leave them.
Yeah, sorry if I'm dying right now.
Okay.
I'm still getting cross-pollinated by the amount of life.
I know, whatever came into your lungs out of life.
You were there for what, 6 hours? And
dude, and I coughed up like weird-looking loogies the next day.
Yeah, we had a friend that jumped in the lake. Well, I don't think we're.
I heard he got an eye infection.
Yeah, he got an eye infection.
Fucking Hoagie got an eye infection.
Yeah, talking about Hoagie. Yeah, Hoagie. Yeah, so we had to go home and sleep it off for 20 hours.
Oh my god, but it was kind of funny hearing Colin talk about. So our friend Hoagie's like, he's a very large man. He's like 6'6" or something.
He's not 6.
Bro, he's at least 6'5".
He's less. He's a 6'4", 6'5".
He's easily
with
6'4", 6'5". Yeah. But so he's a big dude, and he's not like a skinny 6'4", 6'5". He's built enough, not fat, but he's built.
No,
so
he
must weigh
like he's like 200 on a 6'4".
He's got to weigh over 200 pounds. But like he gets his he's not feeling good. He's about to get a ride on like some fucking quad out of camp, and he's like waving bye to Colin and everybody, and then the fucking quad gets a flat, and everybody. Has to fucking jump off that and look at the trailer, and it's like because Hoagie was so big that the thing could not handle. And he's like, way to kick a dog when he's down, man. Jesus Christ. Like, it was so funny though, and Hoagie's like just the nicest. So it's like he just does not deserve for that to happen.
Yeah, but
like the picture in my head was too good. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I met him hanging out with all these guys,
so
and then two of the other homies like popped in. Like he just got like dropped off. We're like, we'll go get him, and then you're on the phone. You're getting out of a plane.
I have such a good question for you after
yeah,
this.
yeah, okay.
No, what hair color do they declare on bald people's licenses?
That's a good question. Holy shit, I never thought about that before.
I still haven't had anybody directly answer this for me that like can represent for the bald people.
Do the capes match the curtains?
Do you think they're gonna like claim beard color? I mean, that's hair.
I think they probably go like if a dude, depending on it.
Maybe bald is actually an option.
I don't think bald is an option.
I don't think it is too. Because I have no idea.
It's because it's like white is your
maybe it depends
hair.
on the state that you're in because it's like a state thing. Or like, what's it say on a passport for bald people?
I don't think it says it. I think it's still just said. That's such a weird thing because it's like it's more like. See, my brain's like, hold on. It's a category of what their hair would be if the category existed, right?
So maybe it's just as NA or like a line under hair color.
Or what if someone has born with a blah 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 and they're like a hairless?
Equal question. If your eyes are gouged out, what do you put for eye color?
Oh yeah.
I mean, on an ID, like obviously it's not a driver's license.
Is there like a asterisk next to
no,
it?
you still can have a passport and have no eyes. So like, would it be NA?
But you wouldn't be able to look at your own.
Is that like cold-blooded?
That is pretty cold-blooded, dude.
It's like maybe there's like an asterisk after blue eyes, and then the asterisk goes to like gouged.
Gouged. Ow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This got dark. Sorry, guys.
No, I just.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. So my brain goes to like, what was that? Like Minority Report, where he has to like swap out eyes because.
Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. Was that Minority Report?
Yeah, that's. I
one
think
of Tom Cruise's finest. I will say that.
But like that one gets to me sometimes because it's like.
A little creepy.
It has the technology. It has the future. It has these precogs. It has like the.
And yet it seems so unfair to like arrest someone for a crime they haven't committed.
Yeah. So like, because we've all thought about things we shouldn't think about, especially when we're in states of rage.
Thought police is not okay.
Yeah.
Big Brother's thought police shit. Yeah, bro. The Nazis did that too. That's why they took kids to be like the little like tattletales, because kids have this fucked up purity of heart that if you try and convince them what purity is, I mean, they'll report on anybody.
Yeah, and I feel
so
bad.
sad.
Like sometimes people just need to like talk about their negative stuff to get it out and
air that dirty laundry. Me and Danny do it all the time. That's like basically why I have this podcast. I'm gonna either save the world or at least feel so guilt free with my conscience.
Yeah.
That's me, baby.
You're guilt free.
Is this a simulation?
Yes.
Ow. It's a really good one.
It works. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all it is. Okay, look, here's a.
I slapped myself. For those of you that don't know what a fucking slap sounds
Hold
like.
on, me too.
You fucking ninnies that haven't ever been slapped before.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta spank yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's a question. Why do we cook bacon and bake cookies?
Ooh. Because cookies are good when you're baked, dude.
Yes, I accept this answer. And bacon's just always goddamn good.
Bacon's just Well, see, here's the thing.
Well, how Jewish are you? Did you grow up eating bacon?
Thing. I consider myself a halfy.
Always like a pseudo on the like pseudo kosher thing.
So yeah, for me, it's something like so. There's a line in the sand, and I like to think of myself as like the tightrope walker. That's in the middle, trying to balancing the American Jewish way.
Okay.
You know, half of it is over here.
Sometimes I want to be in Hawaii and eat the hog off the spick, and sometimes I'm Jewish and I'm saying no.
God. You have to. But no, here's the problem. Like I've become an omnivore to the extent where it's like, look,
I'm a veg to do what I want. Sometimes I'm a vegetarian. Most of the time I'll do what I want.
When I was younger, I still remember the first time I ate 2 doubles, and it was like a kid daring me.
Mine just blew.
I remember the first time I had McDonald's because I grew up like on this kind of like soy. Like my mom's vegetarian.
Yeah. My mom did the whole like health food thing too. I grew up on like ground turkey and chicken. Meanwhile, I guess my dad was sneaking steaks on the side, and I have like almost no whatchamacallit. You know, like I feel like a lot of good red-blooded Americans crave red meat.
Yeah.
I don't really have that. Like every now and again, like a smash burger looks like the greatest thing ever. But I have a hard time with steak. Even living here, like tri-tip is a thing in this part of California. Tri-tip's good, but like I'm not the person that's like, oh my god, tri-tip sandwich. Like, and those exist. And like,
I like the sound effect.
And good on you. And like, but I'm just kind of like okay with red meat every now and again. Like if I had to give it, I gave it up in middle school because I thought cows were cute. And I had no problem not eating red meat for like 3 fucking years.
Okay, we're the same age. So you remember like like everything from like the Super Size Me documentary.
That shit had an effect
the food, the
Food Inc.
Food Inc. And I remember watching all those. And like, this is before Obama was president. You know, back in the day, dude, like, or around that time.
What's it? Michael Pollan started writing like his cooked, like the talking about like all the different research. Dude, his whole like shit. Like I mean, he kind of like had the theory of geography that's like, well, cooking food changed like the ability for the brains to get bigger because we could like access more nutrients and stuff in cooked form, and like pair that with like the eating psychedelic mushrooms from like Paul Stamets and the like, and all that, and then like go into like Jared Diamond territory with like guns, shrooms, and steel, and you've got basically where we came from. See, guys, I'm a geography and environmental study major.
What is? So that's what you studied.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Mostly they just taught you how to like critically think, and I can appreciate that. And for those of you that don't fucking know what critical thinking is, get with the times. It's to say always. Don't just trust the information that's presented to you. Look behind it, like who's presenting it, what's their bottom line, what's their story. If it's a person, like what's their history, what's their perspective, why are they writing from that perspective, and take that into account alongside with what they're saying, and feel a full fucking picture before you just hop in their pocket about what the fuck they're talking about. And the people that don't do that happen to usually sit in like they get predated on by the GOP. I hate to say it, but just put it that way. A lot of people who like have the inability to critically think get predated on by the GOP, and I'm sorry, convince me fucking otherwise.
Going back,
not to like get political, I just have to say they get predated on by the GOP. I think they get gone after by them in ways that like the Democrats don't bother with, which they probably should, but like those people get predated on by the ideology whores in the fucking room, and then they get piggybacked by emotion into just voting certain ways, and they literally get red in the face and will scream about shit because they don't know how to like process stuff in a critical kind of from a critical analysis perspective and with critical thought, and they don't separate themselves and their emotions from these thoughts and these systems. And when you don't do that, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you're not actually thinking for yourself, and you're not really voting for yourself. You're being fucking programmed, and it's hilarious too, because then at the same tip, the same kind of like Fox News is the first ones to be like, oh, like don't just be programmed, and it's like fuck you.
You're the one doing the programming.
You fucking Judas.
Let me jump in for a second.
Judas?
Yes. No, here's the problem. You're absolutely right. And I have a weird feeling that I think critical thinking is what will separate us from the AI, right? Because
that's a good point.
Going back to what we were talking about earlier.
It can be self-taught, but can it critically think?
Exactly. So
that's interesting.
And
I gotta ask Jim Halverson, my brilliant friend at MIT.
So when will AI adjust? No, so here we grew up with movies like iRobot or whatever. Or now I'm in the anime world. There's this thing called
there's some great like
Vivi,
Post Machina, or what's that one?
Deus Ex Machina. Like
so many good shits.
Now I've watched all this stuff in Japanese because some of these big ones came out when I was a kid, and when we were in I'm talking to someone the same year.
No, I totally feel you. I feel like they
and now it's okay to walk around like just sporting cartoon kids.
No one would fucking love that part of the conversation more than Danny, my co-host, because she's like 5 years or whatever younger than us, like, or 7 years younger than us.
I don't even get
Danny,
to meet
how old are you? I think Danny's like 28 or something.
Oh shit.
But she's like she grew up as like really a closed in person, very nerdy, and like she's from
behind
this community
closed doors kind of thing.
She's Mexican American, and she's like totally the kid that like thrived off reading anime and like or reading manga and watching anime and shit as a kid, and she's like fucking hardcore fan to this day, like of certain shits.
So there's a website.
She's the one to talk about this.
Yeah, my brother.
Shout out, I love you, Danny. I love you so much, and we're gonna record tomorrow. Danny, I love you.
Well, I don't love you, Danny, because I haven't met you yet. And
She doesn't even know. She didn't even know. I didn't even say anything about like doing this. I was just like, JD, come to my house.
Come over.
Let me record you.
Yes. Well, here's the thing: is I currently reside an hour, 2 hours away from where we
well, I wanted to
currently
catch him
are,
before he went back home.
Yeah.
And also, I'm trying to do this thing where I wanted like this is my first actual interview with just like another comedian and stuff, and I don't mean like just another comedian, but like in a sense, like we've met, we're new friends. But you were also a comedian, and I wanted to like.
I'm also pretending to be funny.
Yeah, we're in the same kid. Remember, people, comedians, someone that can make anything funny. It does not mean we make money. Oh, honey, please, someday maybe. It's not the point.
Maybe,
right now.
like eventually.
But I want to invite my other comedian friends on too.
But you need to,
I gotta break the ice.
Yes,
you know, I gotta know what works. And we're the yabber types as comedians, and I think maybe strict question format. It's like may not be the way.
No, well, or like a game show kind of thing, or like.
I have a couple more of my stoner bonus questions, which I believe are a little bit more. We can do this for the next like 10, 11 minutes. I could just say
stoner
limited
boner.
to like one word to one sentence answers.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Let's try some.
I already asked you some of them, like, but let's do the rest. Let's see what I got.
Okay. And this is me just drinking the coffee of the future.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'll
feed you lunch after this too.
I'm
like,
feed me? Oh, you're my friend now.
The way to the heart is through the stomach.
Yes.
If the fountain of youth can make you live forever, can you drown in it?
Yes. Welcome to my reality.
I feel it's like maybe that's purgatory. You're just like you're like constantly alive but constantly drowning. How horrible!
That's. I mean, you saw me coughing before this.
Caught in the current of life.
Yeah, so they won't let me die. Funny.
That's
story.
it. I got your answer. No.
Yeah.
Okay, why not make rodent flavored cat food?
Great question. I was actually trying to be funny and buy cat food for my friend to be like, yo, I bought food for us and food for your cats, girl. Yeah. But like, I don't know what flavor your cat's like. There was like 3 different colors and I was like, fuck. So I didn't buy any. And it was like, she's going, yeah. Like, it's like awkward to buy. Like you don't want to buy somebody else's dog treats and be like, oh, I'm sorry. My dog doesn't eat that
like
treat.
You don't know how to treat your dog or something. Like, I treat your dog better than you, fool. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Here's a bone, dog.
Yeah.
Love me. Don't love your owner. Choose me.
So there's this whole story
and
that
that's how I stole my friend's girlfriend.
Yeah, bitch.
Showing up.
Showing up. I'm gonna make sure that dog likes the fuck out of me, dude. Yeah. But no. So I don't. Okay, sorry. We'll just go to the next one.
Go to the next one. I love it. Okay. What was the first man to milk a cow trying to do? And why am I assuming that it's a man?
Yeah. Did you just assume the gender of the first thing that touched some udders and was like, this is utterly amazing, dude? Because, like, like it had to be a dude. But But here's the thing: women have been the
agricultural this whole time too.
Yeah.
It could have been a woman.
It could have been.
It seems like it was probably a woman and a goat first because she recognized how the babies got the sustenance from there, and then she's like, well, if it makes a baby grow, like a baby goat, a kid grow into a goat healthily, maybe it'll make humans grow healthily. Because I think that goats were probably domesticated before cows.
You think so? No.
Absolutely.
All right, I will agree with you, but then again, you have like a yodely hee-hoo background, you know what I mean? So like,
it just seems like in the Middle East, goats are more prominent than whatever would become a steer or a cow. Like,
true.
I don't know where the fuck those come from
If we all came from Africa and we all came from the same thing,
yeah, maybe like a wild buffalo is like what became.
So yeah, if we go back to like the garden, I guess
they could be pretty old.
Yeah.
But they have goats in Africa too.
Yeah.
I mean,
was there goats in the gardens and all that?
If I'm correct, there was goats in hell with Satan, right? Isn't that why Satan and the goats, the fallen angels?
So
yes, I know, dude. I kind of like make fun of myself all the time for being like really religiously like inert. Like I'm not very smart when it comes to like the good book. I don't know shit.
I have friends
self-admittedly, I don't know shit.
I've talked to that like my roommate in college was like a classics major.
So like if I offended you, sorry, but not sorry.
You can't offend me.
I mean like the greater audience out there too. Like I don't really know religion, and so I just like
if you're offended,
and I'm agnostic. Like, I just believe that we're too stupid to know. Like, how can we really truly know?
No, it's just a story
beyond our brain. Our brains would explode.
Yeah. But the fact that we could talk about something that in itself, when we're referencing, we both can reference, like, that's a high level concept that, like, most animals can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, remember that book that we read that one time?
Yeah, that's
like, because they're on a different plane of existence.
Some people fucking fully. I think, like, I just heard this thing yesterday on the radio that, like, there's this term for in the Islamic community for the people that, like, fully memorize the Quran from front to back, and I'm like, holy shit, you can do
whole
that?
Thing?
I was like, that's intense.
Like, I had to, like, read a bunch of stuff in a language I didn't even know in front of a whole bunch of people. When
because you did your bar mitzvah.
Yeah,
I've been to a bar mitzvah.
Oh, you have?
My friend's cousin got bar mitzvahed, and we were in college at the time, bro. I think I'm going to hell for sure. We definitely went on top of the synagogue after we were drunk, took a pee. After I just enjoyed their challah bread, nonetheless, which was delicious. So much better in temple or whatever the fuck we say.
Yeah. Whatever the correct terminology is. Now, I can translate, but the point is, like, the fact that you were partying means you were doing good.
I did good.
You did good. Like,
why did they have an open bar at a 13-year-old's fucking, like, bar mitzvah? That's what I ask you.
Like,
it was like a real bomb.
But here's the thing, like, there's not much difference between, like, a quinceañera at 15 and the Jew 13.
Right, you're
and,
becoming
like,
a man.
And in this, you have to be the
or
16
a woman
years old
at a
to
bat
have.
mitzvah, I'll say. I know that's
13,
what they do.
Bar, same thing. So it's Latino, Latina, like, same bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Do guys... Is it only a quinceañera, or do guys have a quinceañera?
Yeah. So they're in these things called gangs.
Oh shit! No, MS-13. shoot two people dead at random, and we'll let you in.
We've seen it.
It's fucking hard, bro.
Boom. But we've seen enough cinema to know that boys at that age do stupidest fucking shit.
Yeah, dude, they make mistakes.
Girls at that age are
was
a little bit more
my actual gangster friends who, like, know the streets and be like, you know, if you have, like, a tag on an illegal wall, like, no one tags over that tag unless they're a 13-year-old kid that's just stupid and has some spray fucking can and is just out there with his, like, dick and, like, thinking that he knows shit.
Hand. Yeah, so
fucking
this is...
put your dick in your hand, bro. That's the only thing you know.
I don't think women understand how stupid, like, boys are when they get to the point
maybe
where
maybe it was a boy that first tried to milk a cow.
It was the 13. He's just looking at it and he's like, I wonder what this
what
does.
The fuck this
like
does.
Just figured out what puberty is. Like, as a male, like I understand that women have this whole, okay, we're totally sidetracked, but women have this whole thing like, oh, my first period, and they get to go through that. I'm sure that is a trip in itself to be able to all of a sudden.
It's like apparently the time when women lose all their self-esteem because all of a sudden in this society their body doesn't become their own because everyone's kind of shamed and everyone, like, knows, like, who's had their period and stuff, and it's like that time of, like, middle school when everyone's like just an evil asshole anyway. And then when the boys get theirs and, like, their balls drop, everyone's like, oh, congratulations, your balls have dropped. But for the women, it's like, oh my god, like, did you hear, like, Sally this weekend? Like, oh, she got her, she's on a rag. And it's like all of a sudden women, like, get self-conscious because they lose the ability to, like, feel control over their body image because these people hijack it from them.
Okay, I don't understand girl world, and maybe
I wasn't as bad because I'm like this. I've always been like really fucking confident person. So I got through it, but even for me it was uncomfortable, to put it loosely. I was like,
I wonder what it's...
Up to that point I was like, being a girl is fine, and then I was like, being a girl is evil, and this thing I have to bear up to everyone for the rest of my life. Like, you know, just to remind you that you can get pregnant, and if you haven't been, like...
But when women are going through that experience, you know what men are doing? They're like...
titties! Like, they're like, oh my god, tits! Because all of a sudden girls get tits. That is true.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they're like, oh, give
and
us
then
titties.
this one time, like, I like held, like, this girl held my hand once, and I was like, oh my god,
titties! Oh my god.
She's holding my hand.
Is your answer to this question no?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Potentially. I meant potentially. There was a typo with the tongue.
Ooh, this touches back to something we said recently. Where do they put the Bible in libraries? Fiction or nonfiction?
Ooh, I think they should put it in the trash. Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa. Got It doesn't even have visual effects or come with a bonus CD-ROM with the fucking soundtrack, dude.
Or with like a little white Jesus telling you how it is, like sing along Jesus.
Sing along Jesus telling you how it is. What if sing along Jesus?
The only white Jesus I'm okay with was like probably the original like Jesus Christ Superstar.
See, here's the thing. Like I'm as considering what my background is, but I
Wouldn't
also told you I'm a
He's got
happy.
to be a Middle Eastern. He's got to be a brown Jesus. There's got to be brown Jesus. Like.
Oh yeah, well,
nobody comes out of the Middle East white.
Exactly. So
I mean,
he
unless
was
they have that
10 AF,
albinism
dude.
thing that like they have in Africa sometimes. But
it was a little bit more like Michael Jackson. So
I mean, that happens. But I feel like if that was the case, like they would have like thought of him as a freak more than anything.
No, but like there is quote unquote scientific evidence or whatever that he's brown.
He's a brown man.
He's tan, dude.
Yeah, tan, like, brown, just not white.
Yeah, he's not super white.
Probably
dude. Like
browner hair than not.
Of Saint Nicholas.
He could have had those beautiful eyes. Like some of those people in the Middle East have insanely blue eyes, even though they have like darker features. So I'll give that. Maybe he had fucking blue eyes, but he was definitely a tanner man.
Well, so you're gonna say he could have blue eyes?
He could have blue eyes.
Okay. I will agree with you. I'm biased.
And I know people who have beautiful biracial heritage and skin that is dark and eyes that are light. My eyes are hazel.
Hold on. What color's your hair? Is it bald?
It's bald. My eye color is undetermined.
Undetermined.
My sex is who cares.
My sex is eventually one day.
My sex is obviously I do it. I have a daughter. She's 4. So hey.
So apparently we knew you had sex once 5 years ago. That's more than me, by the way.
Hey. Okay. I got my final question for you today, JD, and then you can say something for peace for the people if we haven't covered any bases.
I'll mess this whole thing up right at the end. Perfect.
If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become a vampire?
No, it's a vamp zombie.
Or does the vampire become a zombie?
No, it's a combination. So it's
because I was like, or is it inert? Because they're both the living dead. Like
no. Have you ever seen like Underworld?
Oh,
with like
that kind of hot babe that has like really like white skin and like that blue, like the raven black hair, the blue black hair, and she got the bright eyes too.
So here's the thing: when we're halfy.
Okay.
So a lot of people think that Jews are vampires.
Oh shit! Okay.
A lot of people think that Russian people.
But since you're Jewish, I'll take it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll take the hit for this one. I'll take that for this one.
Oh my god.
So and then I'm a little bit of like a werewolf type.
Okay.
You know, lycanthrope type because of the Polish Russian Jewish whatever stereotype.
You earned it.
At least I tried to be. And then add some Italian and then add some English. And I'm this like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like my 4 grandparents instead of just like my 2 parents.
So then what's your favorite mixed food? Because that's like a bunch of good cultural backgrounds of food.
Here's my problem. I grew up in this place where we were born, right?
Orange fucking County.
Yeah. And when I would just walk, and because I did outside sales, I would just find whatever
so macaroni
place.
And cheese with hot dogs in it.
No. If that was on Monday, then I have to walk to whatever. And so like I would go door to door selling office supplies, and my whole thing was if I make a sale, I can buy myself lunch. And so that was I always rewarded myself with treats, with food. And so I Pavloved myself into being a salesperson when I was an artist that couldn't look someone in the eye because it's so awkward that they're looking at my eyes because they're gonna know who I am on the inside and they're gonna know my soul.
Pierce your eyes into your soul.
Those piercers, there's no piercing eyes, whatever they are. And
open your soul.
Yeah, because I would be so uncomfortable because girls would walk up to me and be like,
"Oh my god, your eyes are so beautiful.
Your eyes are so pretty." And my only comeback was like, "Thanks, I grew them myself."
I understand that sometimes now with my tattoos because I'll have like I went out to a club when my buddy was DJing and it was my first time being to a club with my sleeves out.
I didn't even know you had sleeves.
Well, because mostly I don't always it's winter, right? It's kind of spring. It's kind of cold, but like. It was like a warm night and I had my arms out and like every 22-year-old guy wanted to like come up to me to be like, "Hey man, oh my god, I like these. Oh, I want tattoos," and like tell me about the tattoo that they want, but like not buy me a drink. And I was like, it's kind of awkward. Like, and they're like, "I really like your tattoos. Like, what do you say?" You're like, "Thanks." And like, legit, I had my friend on this like. On my podcast just before this, and I asked her, and she also has tattoos, and I asked her what the worst pickup line she's ever heard was, and she gave just without hesitation the response, "I like your tattoos." And then a couple of days later, while she's still in town, I went to this like fucking this EO's Lounge, this like dance club in town that I just don't go to, but John was DJing DJ John Business, and it was so sick.
Oh, I met him over the weekend. He's fucking
yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Yeah.
Him and Julia are rad people. Shout out
Yeah.
Stick and Stuck. Shout out Sticky Productions. Shout out Jungle Cats.
Yeah.
All these fools are great. Go to their music. Go to their events.
I would
They're
have not
amazing.
have met you.
I love all of them. Yeah.
If it wasn't for
It's all in the circle, dude.
circle.
And I met John and
The
Julie
circlage.
through Paige also. So
Yeah.
like in full circle, we're bringing Paige back up. I love Paige. I'm glad that I met
me
JD
too.
through Paige, like
She's
really initially.
freaking awesome. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a great person. DJ
Yeah.
Paige. I gotta have Paige on because Paige knows
do.
more comedy than me. Paige is like
She's
more
a fiend.
She's more of a fucking fiend to watching and digesting comedy than me.
Yeah, so we were talking movies like all Friday
She's a
night. just
total
going back and forth,
film buff.
Film buff.
I think it'd be fun to have Paige on.
Cinemaphile.
Now that we've talked so much about Paige, dude,
Yes,
this is your
she
challenge.
needs
I'm gonna
to.
send you this episode, and you gotta come on next.
Yeah.
It's
We're calling you out, girl.
Obligatory.
We're calling you out.
Anything else you want to tell the people before we move
Tell
on?
the people.
You got any? You
Don't be
shameless
scared.
plugs. If you want anybody to follow you on anything, go ahead and
Oh yeah. So
give the ats, and I'll fucking
gotta
include
put my
them in my
ats out
in my
there.
YouTube description.
Yes. So
Yes, sir.
as a video game nerd that is now in the outside world that hasn't played a video game in over 4 months, 5 months. Technically I was playing pool. It doesn't count. That's like hand-eye coordination. FLOWMAGE. And that is my video game tag. That's my artist tag.
Love
That's
it.
my company.
At Flow Mage.
Yep. So that's SoundCloud, and then I had it on whatever the fuck. And then my comedy persona is a little bit just JD, my initials, and then Hassan Adente is an inside joke from 10 years ago. With some dudes that now are married and have kids, and I'm sending them like, watch Teen Titans Go with your kids. It's so great. Like I'm like sending my friends like kid stuff because I don't know.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
So
I'll fucking put that.
that's
I'll
with
put
an
it.
H.
How do I spell it?
Oh, so it would be Hassan Adente, HASONADENTE.
HASONA Dente. Okay.
Yes, and that's just
All you guys don't have to try and write that down.
We'll add the
Just-
technology.
It's in the
in.
description.
But
I always put it in the
Flowmage
description.
is my corner on the internet that
Love
I corralled for myself, and one day I'll evolve and be a better person.
I love it.
But taking the first step is the hardest. Taking the second step is like should be a little bit easier. And I hate cardio, so I have to go dance my life away, and that's my
Dance
cardio.
is amazing. Remember, hitting that
Yeah.
flow state is as easy as listening to your favorite tune, tuning out the world, and dancing your ass off in the moment. People,
Yes,
that is
dance
my
with
gift
your eyes
to you in this
closed.
moment. Go live your lives. And I hope you missed me. I missed all of you. I'm grateful to be back. Me and Danny are going to be recording an episode on Friday. And I'm either posting me and JD's or hers first. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, depending how terrible this is, we might have to redo it.
No, it's
All right,
great.
start over. Let's start over
And
again.
it's
We
my
gotta do it
longest
all
one
better
yet.
again.
We made 2
This is
hours.
warm-up.
Even with me cutting it down,
Really?
it's going to be 2. Yeah.
Really?
High five.
Just like that? Time disappeared.
It fucking did. We Joe Rogan'd ourselves
We did.
into a time wormhole. Let's go eat lunch.
Oh, I like food.
All right, guys. It's been breezy. Love you all. Stay real. Stay true.
Adios.
And I think this is my exit button. Woohoo! She didn't forget everything. Hey, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that rest of the interview. I'd also love to be doing more interviews, be you comedian or not. So get at me on the socials, get at me on YouTube, which is sort of weak sauce social. YouTube at Rare Girl. Remember, it's like a seal. RRR, 3 R's. At Rare GRRRL. Rare Girl. Same thing for Instagram, at Steezy Breezy, at Rare Girl, at spectrum.pod, at Daniel Loza. Look in the description. It's always there. Find JD at Flowmegas or some shit like that on Instagram and whatever. Look in the description. Just look in the description. I write it for you old people that can't hear. No, I'm just kidding. Look in the description because I write it. Make me feel good.